Hey everybody, it's Reggie with the week 3 of the Tea Lounge. It is Sunday, January 2nd. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody from me and the rest of the Tea Lounge guys. This week we're talking about meeting new people in work, either coming out or staying in. For me, I'm kind of at a, it depends for me. Well, work-wise, I'm out at work. I do security. I work for the 4th largest company in the world. I work at a hospital right now, and I'm out to the office, my work office, my district office, whatever. They know what's going on, and they're, it's not like we talk about it, but it's kind of like one of those, alright, well, you know what, your thing is your thing, thanks for letting us know, because, they need to know that, I'm going through this. Certain people may be uncomfortable by it, certain people may not be uncomfortable, certain people may be okay with it, because I work with a lot of different people, because I work with, the other officers at my post. And then I also work with the hospital employees. And where I used to work, I used to be at a gated community, I work with the residents. So, I felt like I had to tell my company because they, if I'm working with these people and I'm seeing them every day, and, my voice gets deeper and the hair starts coming in and everything like that. It's not like all of a sudden I'm going to show up and I'm going to have like a Fu Manchu. But it's going to be a gradual change, and people may be like, what's going on? So they're cool with it, and the hospital where I work, they're all right with it. They all call me Reggie. Unfortunately, my badge has to be my legal name, which unfortunately I haven't changed yet. But I'm working on getting that changed. I'm hoping that with the letter, and maybe a letter from my endocrinologist, maybe they will make an exception for me, because it's kind of a weird circumstance that I'm in than most people that work there. I don't see it as a problem, because one of the women I work with has like a real foreign name that you can't really pronounce, and they let her go by BB, and obviously that's not a foreign name. But anyways, as far as meeting new people, it kind of depends on how I meet them, where I meet them, and if they're actually going to be in my life, or if it's just like I'm walking in. I go to this gas station every day to buy cigarettes. Meeting those people at the gas station, people that, are serving me, for, example, no. I don't need to tell them crap, because I'm not saying that service employees aren't important, because, they are, but they're not the type of people in my life that I have to disclose personal details to. Now, I'm in college, so if I make a new friend in school, I'll tell them, because I know in my previous video for the Tea Lounge, the coming out video, I was all like, you don't have to tell people because da 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 da. And I don't have to tell people. I can just let them watch. But I've come to the conclusion that if I'm meeting new people and I'm very close to starting hormones, which I am, I'm within 2 months of starting, the chances are these people are gonna be in my life when I start hormones, if they're actually, a friend. I don't meet them and be like, hi, my name's Reggie, I'm a transsexual. Because that's just weird. But if it happens to be someone that I'm getting to know, I'll tell them, listen, a lot of times they'll ask me, what's the deal, your name is this on paper, and you write all this, but you tell me to call you Reggie, what's the deal? And, so I'll tell them, I'll be like, look, I'm having a sex change. They kind of look at me and they go, no, really, what's the deal? I'm like, No, really, I'm having a sex change. It's just, it's a slow process. They're like, isn't that expensive? And they have all these questions, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you know, that's cool with me. I'm good with that. Whatever you want to do, your body's your body. And so most people tend to be okay with it. But when it comes to coming out to new people, you really got to know, you really got to think about if this person is actually going to be in your life during your transition as a friend or whatever, or if they're just kind of like a passerby. If they're just kind of like one of those people that you're going to talk to for 3 or 4 months while you're in class with them, and then, poof, you're never going to see them again. If it's one of those people, whatever, you don't have to tell them. But if it's someone that's going to be in your life for a while, chances are they're going to ask anyways. So you either let them ask, or you don't, or you just tell them. But work-wise, everyone's cool. As a matter of fact, I work in the emergency room. I do security in the emergency room. And my supervisor told me that he'll start training me in the psych ward when my balls drop. And no lie, he actually told me that when my balls drop, that he'll train me for the psych ward, which I thought was kind of hilarious, because he's all, you gotta understand that this man's like hardcore biker, fucking mohawk, ponytail down his back, covered in tats, 6'3", 300 pounds, kind of. He's a, he doesn't look like the type that would be okay with a gay person, let alone a transsexual. So when he was like, he makes all the guy jokes to me, when your balls. It's kind of like going through puberty. He makes all those pubescent jokes. Hey, when your balls drop, we'll get you going somewhere else, or let me know when. Let me know when your tits fall off, kind of deal. He makes all the jokes, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with jokes, whatever. And I don't care about the workplace, the professionalism or whatever. It doesn't bother me. Because, if they joke about it, it either means that they're okay with it, or that's their way of dealing with it. And as long as it keeps them from bashing, I don't give a fuck. As long as they're not bashing me for it, and as long as they're not, trying to talk me out of it and telling me how it's wrong and everything like that, even though I was once that person, but that's another video. Tune into my own channel for that one. But yeah, as long as they're not bashing and as long as they're not disrespecting me or my decision, I don't care how they cope with it, and I don't, so yeah, as far as coming out to work, if it's a job that you're going to have through your transition, I say it's probably best to at least alert your supervisors, because, it's a big change. And yeah, it's a gradual change. Your facial hair will gradually start to come in, and your voice will gradually get deeper, and you'll gradually get more muscular and just more masculine. Your face shape will change and everything like that. It's a gradual change, but at the same time, it's still a big change. So, in my opinion, it's important to come out to your work, because if you're honest with your work if you're honest with your job about what's going on with you and how you're, what you're going to do medically, and, as long as you're doing it the right way and you're not, like, taking it upon yourself to do it, I think that it's important for your job to know what you're doing, because, yes, your family's going to deal with you. Yes, your friends are going to deal with you. But that's your job, If you have a bad day on testosterone, and I'm not saying it's an excuse, but if you have a bad day, it could be like a really angry day, or it could also be a really depressed day. It depends on how it reacts to you. But if you have a bad day and you're working, your work needs to know that, look, you're not mad at people, you're just, it's the hormones. They need to know, because you're working with these people, and yeah, it's who gives a fuck if they're comfortable kind of thing. But at the same time, if your work finds out without you telling them, and they're like, well, people are feeling a little uncomfortable around you. I mean, you used to be real, a girl, a lesbian, and now you're looking more and more like a man. and you know, you get some, people are starting to be uncomfortable. People are starting to talk. You know, you're making people uncomfortable. Yeah, it's kind of a bitch, but in my state, especially in Florida, they have a right to fire you just because people are uncomfortable. It's a right to hire, a right to fire. They don't have to give you a reason. And if you live in a state like that, your job needs to know, because they're more I've figured out that they're more likely to accept it if you tell them ahead of time than if you don't. Because if you don't, then it's going to be like, well, you know, you could have came to us with this kind of deal. And yeah, it's your personal thing, but your job is also your personal thing. That's your well-being. That's your bread and butter. So you know, but new people, it depends on if they're going to be in your life. If they're not going to be in your life, who gives a fuck if they know or not? Who gives a shit what they think, what they know, anything? If you see them every day when you buy cigarettes or booze or whatever, no one cares what they think. You don't have to tell them. You know, the people up at the 7-Eleven down the street from my house, they don't know what I'm doing. You know, but yeah, so it all depends on if it's a good job you want to keep, if it's people that you want to keep, and everything like that. So yeah, I'm out to my work, and I'm out from all my friends. And as I meet new friends, I let our relationship, see where our friendship is going to go, see if they're actually going to be friends or just acquaintances, and then I decide if I want to tell them. So, oh, side note, I have my own YouTube channel now, which is kind of a big deal, because I kept telling myself, you know, I'm not going to get a YouTube channel, I'm not going to get a YouTube channel, I can't, no, it's just not me. But I finally cracked, and decided to get one. So I'll post the link. I will post the link to my YouTube channel in the description down there, and hopefully you guys come by and check it out, because it's a little different. It's not like most FTM channels that you see. It's definitely gonna be something different. Right now, there's, you know, yeah, it's different. You gotta check it out. I can't give it away, but you just gotta check it out. So yeah, good luck to everyone who's planning on coming out. I highly recommend coming out to your job, because that's a big deal. And hey, I work for the 4th largest security company in the world, 2nd largest in the United States, and they handled it just fine. So, I mean, don't think just because you work for a corporate company that you can't do it. Because, I mean, hey, for all you know, your corporate company has a GLBT, you know, labor union. So, check it out. Check into stuff before you do it. Find people at other stores that, you know, maybe go through the same thing you are, and see if you have a GLBT labor union or something, and get in touch with them and ask them what the best way to do it is and stuff like that. Because you never know if you don't try. And so best of luck to everybody. Check out my personal YouTube channel, and keep tuning into the Tea Lounge, because I know a lot of the guys are going through some stuff and very busy, not being able to post videos every week. But keep tuning in, because you never know who's going to pop up. See you guys next week. Bye.